Kris, do you have an update on Connor and Stu?
No updates.
What would kind of obviously when you lose Connor after having Leon, what did you think of your team's effort in the third period and overtime?
I thought the effort was tremendous. Just we're down a goal in the third period against the best defensive team. We're able to score to tie it up, and not only be able to tie it up, but we're able to kill a 5-on-3 and also another power play late in the game. So, third period, I thought there's great efforts by so many of our guys. There's no quits, and we're going to need more of that.
Jeff Skinner, a 2-goal game. Guy that's kind of struggled to get going this, but he's looked good of late. So what have you thought of his game?
Yeah, it was only a matter of time before he put the puck in the net, the amount of quality shots he had. And tonight, nice to see him get those too. And hopefully that snowballs and continues scoring goals, because that's, he's done it so many times. And we need him, especially right now with the injuries that we have. We'll need guys stepping up, and he's one of those guys we'll be looking for to play a big role.
A tough situation for Calvin Pickard to come in kind of late in the game there. What did you think about not only his performance late in the game, but Stuart Skinner's before that as well?
Both goalies played really well tonight. I think both teams, the shots were lower because it was a pretty highly contested game where there wasn't much room to generate much offense. But so maybe the totals weren't very high, but the quality of shots I think were pretty good, and I thought our goalies played. They did a good job.
I got to go at this again. Is there any concern that this could be longer term for Connor, or any sense on what sort of severity we might be looking at?
I have no updates right now, and I'll talk to our medical staff after this, but I have not seen them, so I don't know.
Can you maybe just take us through the overtime winner? Obviously, an unfortunate finish after you guys get the goal to send it there.
Yeah, the overtime goal. I think the opening shift, Hyman and Nagy do a pretty good job of stealing the puck away, creating a turnover. Izzy has a pretty good quality shot there, and then the following shift. We have possession in the offensive zone, and then they get it, and they get a shot that Picks just got tied up with our defenseman, and obviously some mix-ups there.
Just going back to Jeff Skinner, I know he had trouble kind of finding a role here for a little while. He sat out of some games. I just want to ask you about his evolution of the season, and what were you expecting of him coming in, and where are you seeing him now where he is getting a bit more opportunity?
He's a goal scorer. He's a guy that's benefits from playing with playmakers, and saw tonight was to the 2 goals. Obviously, coming in at the beginning of the season, the expectations were high, and finding a role and chemistry with a line just didn't match, and not once did he ever play the prima donna personality. He worked hard every day, great attitude, and wanted his opportunity. And he was waiting for it. And there's obviously he's been around the game long enough. He knows that there's always fluctuation with lineups, whether there's injuries or coach wanting to change up lines or somebody's underperforming, that he would get an opportunity. And right now we were shuffling the lines, and he spent a couple games with Connor, and we've been very happy with how he's conducted himself and the things that he's been working on in his game, and making him a better fit for our team, and we've been very happy with that.
Kris, was it the spotter who took Stu Skinner out of the game?
Yes, yeah, that wouldn't have been me.
Hey?
Yeah, it wouldn't have been me.
Okay.
And,
No, I was just wondering.
And Skinner obviously did not want to come out. It was the spotter. Yes,
okay. The other question I have, you're so used to having Connor and Leon on a 3-on-3. Was it difficult deciding, okay, now who's playing here? Because you're so used to them playing the majority of a 3-on-3.
Absolutely, yeah. Changed up our 3-on-3 rotation. Obviously, the Nagy and Hyman have been our go-to second group. After that, we had some shuffling around to do. that second unit, we used 2 defensemen and Arvidsson, but yeah, we feel like a lot of guys can do that.
Your penalty kill, really aggressive, not allowing them to even enter the zone. That's kind of been a calling card here the last few weeks. Is that something you really wanted to emphasize in the PK to limit just even the zone entries from the opposition?
That's been the emphasis all year, whether it's 5-on-5 or on the penalty kill, just moving our feet, having good sticks, and I think typically we're always in pretty good positions. But where we really excel and have a good penalty kill is when we're playing on our instincts, on our toes, that we are ready to strike, whether that's at the blue line on entries or in the defensive zone when there's a loose puck. And I think the guys have been really dialed in and doing a good job on that.
Fair to say you feel it's been a lot better lately. You kind of had that little slump for a bit back now.
Yeah, the guys are feeling confident, and we got a good rotation, the 3 units that we have. Obviously, Cappy and Pods, as our 3rd unit, they are good at what they're doing. Yanni, Brownie, obviously, and then, face-offs is usually Nuggy and Rico's responsibilities. But, yeah, we've been very happy with how they've been performing for weeks now, I guess.
Kris, we asked some of the players, that second intermission, what it was like kind of knowing Connor's not going to come back out. What's it like for a coach? How do you kind of recalibrate at that point, knowing that you're going to have a lot of switching and things to kind of think about?
Yeah, and in the in-between periods, you're looking at what our lines are going to be, who's playing well, who could complement, knowing more of defensive responsibilities and more offensive responsibilities, face-offs. Obviously, you got Henrique, Hyman, and Perry had some offensive zone face-offs. It gives those guys an opportunity to just be in more situations than they typically are, which is good. Like they should excel at that. They're rise their game, and yeah, then we're gonna need some more of that. But we're very confident with the team that we have, players that can step up and play more, bigger responsibilities than they have previously this season, and we'll be fine.
Seemed like a very feisty game with a lot going on. Was there any surprise to you that you guys just received the 1 power play via an infraction by them?
I don't know. No comments.